Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello audience, how are you today? I hope you are fine today. In this occasion, I want to discuss my presentation of a song. The title is Constellation GIG. A constellation is a group of stars that appear to form a special configuration. In three-dimension space, most of the stars that we observe have no relation to one another, but can look like grouping on the night sky. Humans have a very high ability to recognize patterns, and throughout history have grouped stars that appear close together to become constellation. Unofficial constellation, which are widely known to the public but not recognized by astronomers of the International Astronomy Association, are also called streams. Star is constellation or streams rarely have astrophysical relationship. They just happen to appear close together in the sky that appears from Earth and usually very apart. Grouping stars into constellation is actually quite random, and different cultures will have different constellations, although some very easily recognized are usually found, for example, Orion or Scorpius. The International Astronomy Association has divided the sky into eight official constellations with clear boundaries, so that each direction is only owned by one constellation. In the northern hemisphere, most of the constellations are based on Greek traditions, which are inherited to the Middle Ages and contain zodiac symbols. Various other unofficial patterns exist together with constellation and are called streams, such as Baja, also known in the United States as a Bigger Dipper and Little Dipper. The only of the earliest constellation is likely to return to prehistoric times. People use it to connect stories about their beliefs, experience, creation, or mythology. Various cultures and countries adopt their own constellation. Some of which leads until the
The origin. Yeah, no, the origin.
the origin of the
The origin mah tuh.
The origin of the earliest constellation is likely to return to prehistoric times. People used to connect stories about their beliefs, experience, creation, or mythology. Various cultures and countries adopt their own constellation, some of which late until the beginning of the 20th century before the constellations were now recognized. Internationally, adoption of constellation has changed significantly of the time. Many have changed in size or shape. Some become popular only to fall in obscurely. Others might limited to a single culture or nation. 48 traditional Western constellations are Greek. They are given in the phenomena of Ptolemy, Aratus, and Elmech, even though they may overtake this work several centuries. Constellations in the southernmost sky were added from the 15th century until the mid 18th century when European explorers began to travel to southern hemisphere. 12 Asian constellation belonging to the zodiac. Across the eclipse, which is crossed by the zodiac has history. By the sun, the moon, and the planes. The origin, the zodiac, is historically remained uncertain. Astrological legal apa? Dari mana?
Sorry, dari
Dari dia ya. Bo. Ya Allah ya Allah.
atas.
Oh ya.
Tuh dia tuh. Tadi itu.
Apa tadi?
Oh, sampai 8 menit 52 batas sama.
Nggak bisa.
Iya, marah lah tuh.
Constellation is the southernmost sky where a date from the 15th century until the mid 18th century when European explorers began to travel to southern hemisphere. 12 ancient constellations belonging to the zodiac. Across the eclipse, with a cross by the sun, the moon, and planets. The origin of the zodiac is historically remained uncertain. Astrological division set out c. 4000 BC and Babylonian and Chaldean astronomy. It probably originated in physical times. In
28.
In 1928, the International Astronomy Union, or EAU, official attempt 18 modern constellation with exact boundaries constellation which together convert the ether space. The origin of the zodiac is historically remained uncertain. Astrological division start of c. 400 BC and Babylonian or Chaldean astronomy. 2. It probably originates its prehistoric times. In 1928, the International Astronomy Union, or EAU, official accepted 18 modern constellation with adjacent borders which together convert the entire space. Its particular point, the coordinate system, is located in the one of the modern constellation. Some astronomical name system including constellation. Some astronomical naming system include constellation where celestial bodies found to convey approximate location in the sky. The designation of the star flame state, for example, consists of the number and the genetives from the name constellation. Other pattern or groups of stars called as terms are not constellation per se but are used. For example, consists of the numbers and the genetic from the name constellation. Other patterns or group of star colored streams are not constellation per se but are used by observers to navigate the night sky. Example of bright streams include the Pleiades and Hyades in the constellation Taurus, or Venus mirror on the constellation Orion. Same digits of the first cross are divided between two constellations. Other such as the Summer Triangle share stars in several constellations. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.